Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to my Teaching the Daily series focusing on intuition. Today we have level 6, because last time we did level 7, and I'm only going to do 2 more of these, I think, because I actually wanted to start doing a pathing slash etiquette one, maybe mostly focusing on pathing, if I can, and just how AI kind of interact, because I feel like after playing so many games, I feel like I just kind of have a feeling of who's an AI and who's not sometimes, and I hopefully want to, have some nice instructive uh, videos on that. So today we have level 6 and still focusing on intuition mainly instead of just strictly mission counting or using pathing or whatever. So level 6, here we go. So we have the 3 of 5 high rise, 14 guess through 45, and it's a soft tail variant, which means that instead of having to watch for purloin, we're watching for fingerprints. And we have a lot of time, but let's go. Oh, we have jumping left versus forward again. We've had them a couple times, I believe. So let's go. It seems to be freezing. There we go. All right. Okay. And there is a bug. So, all right, we'll just skip that one. Not much to say about that. Okay, Gent versus me. So, I now have to snipe one of my own games that I probably lost. And it's on Ballroom. I have got 16 guests and very standard Ballroom setup. So let's go. Hopefully, no bug 9 seconds into the game. Okay, so no bugs at the beginning, it looks like. Seek and Taft are next to each other. Salmon rejects a drink, and it goes to Duke. And Taft actually goes to center inspects. Okay, I don't really think I saw the fade, but I automatically, like, using my intuition, I actually already think it's Salmon. Alright, so here's the thing, right? Right now, both Salmon and Duke have a max of 2 missions. If this is a briefcase, this is just illegal, but it's okay. Yeah, all right. I was gonna say this was if he was going for the briefcase there, that would have been a big no-no. Oh, I didn't even realize. I thought briefcase was down right there. So I'm gonna highlight salmon. I think salmon's my top sus. In fact, I really think it's just salmon, to be honest. Yeah, it has to just be salmon. Going for a book. And it's important to remember that there's no reason to really rush anything right now. There's no prince on ambassador's side, so there's no reason to panic. Um, and actually, this is only salmon's first print. So while there is, okay, that's a really early briefcase stop, so it is salmon. So I'm just gonna low light Duke. So yeah, there's nothing much to say here. Yeah, and the microfilm confirms it. Right there, I was waiting for hard confirmation. So, okay, so the whole crux of my game plan right here just relied on the fact of me catching the purloin. I caught the purloin. Remember, as I always say, to watch everything at the beginning. Don't tunnel on one mission, so don't only watch Ambassador, kind of flicker over to other things. And, like, I often find it, like, very nice to locate Toby and Ambassador at the start of the game, just to see, like, what's happening. And that's what I did, and I found the purloin because of it. So this was just a pretty standard shot. I mean, already had it down to 2, and intuition-wise, Salmon felt like the spy because he rejected and instantly walked into a conversation and next to somebody, so it could have been flirting. And I find it interesting that he did a fingerprint, but he ended up going for a microfilm, which is kind of weird to me. Uh, I feel like if you got away with purloin, or you think you got away with purloin, fingerprint's the way to go. But I guess it doesn't really matter what you do if you're not dead for this purloin. So yeah. And in the original game, it looks like Duke was probably like my top sus for this, but overall, it looks like I just completely missed this reject. So, yeah, I'm always capable of losing games and missing things myself, and this was just one of them. But luckily, we were able to come back. And this must have been a little while ago because, or maybe not a little while ago, but this definitely should have been a little bit ago. Um, I would say months ago, this game, because haven't really played Gent too much in recent time on the SML ballroom setup. So, yeah. Must have been a while ago, but I did miss this game. But it's nice that we got our revenge eventually off of a nicely caught purloin. Okay, Graash versus Banana Bread. No swap, which is cool. Don't have to watch swap. So, don't need to memorize anything, which is great. So should just watch Bug and Purloin at the beginning. And still gotta watch bug. Smallman's the top threat, and he didn't bug. Smallman gets redirected from the bar, which seems correct. And I like highlighting for Purloin on Terrace, oddly enough. And I'm going to rotate around to see Teal's hands here, just so I have a better angle if she bugs or not. Okay, so we'll just say at even 2 minutes, tapped and Plane Twins delegate expires. And Ambassador's been in the same spot all game, meaning that we don't have to worry about fingerprint, but now Taft goes right up next to him. Okay, I wanted to rotate for General there because I thought he was going to bug, and maybe I still have to credit him with a bug there, but I'm not sure. Now I definitely think I have to credit him with something. Because why wouldn't he should have taken the briefcase there? He was obligated
Banana
for it.
bread.
Yeah, I think it's just General. Yeah. So honestly, this is a really good bug. Like, it's just General's bug is just kind of disgusting in general, but this was an intuition shot. Because as you can see, I didn't see the bug. Otherwise, it's just an instant shot. But why I thought that this was a bug was just because, I mean, you have such good cover here. This spot right here for Ambassador is a really common wrong arm bug slash bug spot. Like, this is a really spy-like place for someone to try and get a bug. And when you see someone like General walking right past him, and Teal doesn't have a bug that we saw, we didn't see a bug from her the entire game. Both of our bar highlights weren't doing anything. Taft went next to the Ambassador, but obviously didn't see a bug there. And then General is the top sus of the entire game because he takes this crazy bug path that looks so spy-like, and actually got him on sort of an etiquette thing afterwards because he didn't go for this briefcase. Notice how nothing was redirecting him from this briefcase. And he takes a pretty spy-like path into conversation, instantly BBs, and then yeah, at this point, you
Banana
think you
bread.
got the bug pass, you didn't die for the banana bread here, so he probably just knows he needs to just flirt and win. So yeah, we take real banana bread highlights here, but it doesn't matter because we don't have the bug. So yeah, banana bread ends up losing that spot or that sniper game because of that bug. But it was a really nice bug. I mean, we had about the same angle as banana bread here, and we did the exact same thing as he did. It's just, I don't think he credited it because he didn't see it. But general bugs are very lethal, and we got lucky that he broke etiquette there. So the etiquette that break there was kind of subtle, but I don't think I really described it well enough. So basically, whenever like they are in range of the briefcase and they can take it, and like the ambassador's not too close to the briefcase, they are obligated to take it, which means that they have to take it if they are the ones that are obligated for it. So yeah, General takes the briefcase, or does not take the briefcase, and Taft does, meaning that there's nothing stopping General from taking it, and so it was just a shot. And he takes a very spy-like banana bread, and he takes a very spy-like bug path. So there we go. So 3-0 already. We have Coddy versus Silverthorn on 4:15 Veranda. Veranda's hard because you can do a bunch of things in the first few minutes, in the first few seconds. So there's a microfilm cheese you have to watch out for, time ad cheese you have to watch out for, bug. Time of chaos bugs are really good on this venue. Early swaps. Veranda's a hard venue in the first like 30 seconds, but if you can kind of confirm that nothing has really happened in that 30 seconds, then Veranda's a pretty easy venue to snipe typically. So we just got to try our best to stay on top of everything in the early game. So let's go. So we have Laugh and Sheep, and we already have the statues memorized, two sets of statues memorized in the back. So Laugh and Sheep, sorry with the first take. And then we have Mask and Nunu.
Banana bread.
Okay, really quick BB though. And even if a bug's gone off, I got a bunch of good lowlights from that, so can't complain. Okay, that felt like a spy's flirting to me. Taft's sort of pickup was a little late. So what that looked like for me was like a spy going to right next to their ST and then like flirting immediately, but then they took a really long time. So okay, Salmon does not swap, so that's good to notice. And okay, I was gonna say I thought Tex was gonna go for that print there, but he does not. And if Taft goes next to Disney here, I'm gonna be extremely suspicious of him. Okay, but he doesn't, so that's good. Don't have to be suspicious quite yet. And I'm still keeping track of everything else. I'll keep track of. I'll try to watch Seek as best as I can here. The low light's getting offered to, so I don't have to worry about that. There is still a printed blue bookcase that no one's taken. And Taft actually returns correctly here. Plane Twins being offered to, so gotta keep track of that. Tex takes a briefcase. A spy, if Tex was a spy, he would go back to the blue bookcase for the other print, which he does, so we're gonna highlight him so we don't forget. Okay, Taft also takes a briefcase, and it should at least be a difficult print. Yeah, and it seems like there's a lot going on right now, but I feel like overall the spy still has a lot to do. If it's Tex, I mean, at most he has a microfilm and a fingerprint, so he still needs one more mission. Like, like Alice doesn't even bug there. I think Tex is a really strong candidate for being the spy. Something tells me. Okay, no one's being offered to Perlin wise, so I have to probably inspect. I have to watch this potential swap angle. Okay, so Alice is not green swap. And Taft is actually next to James Bond again. I'm giving up the entire left side because no one on that side has really been that suspicious to me, and at most they get a bug past me, which whatever. But if Perlin goes off, I get a bunch of nice lowlights, so I think it's fine to give up that left angle there. Okay, and I mean, James Bond goes statue to statue, but that's not inherently suspicious. So we have to still watch for the swap, though, and there is no swap. Now we have to watch for bug. Bug's an important thing to watch. Make sure he doesn't bug here, which he does not. That briefcase seems a little close to me, but yet again, Taft still doesn't have any mission progress, so I have to watch the bug here. I think it's just Taft. I think he missed. I think unless I'm wrong, I think he missed pad there, or it was just a really awkward entry. Yeah. So he missed pad. So he missed the pad there, and I actually saw that, and that is a hard tell because AIs won't do that. Okay, so yeah, so we had the fingerprints because we had the fingerprint from the first difficult briefcase, and then we had that briefcase, and that's fingerprints done. We know that Disney is his ST, and he took that very spy-like sort of, uh, a very spy-like like weight at the bookcase. It was probably like just full-on etiquette break because AIs will take a book in a certain amount of time, and he was really threading the needle with the timing there, so it was really long. Like if it's like if like maybe it's like you're allowed 3 seconds, he was like at like maybe 2.9, 3.1, something like that. Very teetering on the edge of an etiquette break, in my opinion. Of course, I'm not actually counting the time, but sometimes it's just a feeling thing. And if he goes back to Disney again, already sus. And it was at a mission site too, nonetheless. So I'm guessing the end of the game here, we flirt, inspect, and I feel like swap or bug are both really strong options, or we just time out, which it looks like we did. But yeah, that pad miss was just really obvious, and so yeah, that's what I kind of saw. Maybe not super obvious, but like I guess if you were like kind of, I had Taft as like a really top suspect there, and I kind of hated that like briefcase anyway because I didn't know if he bugged there, so I was watching the like I wanted to see where he went next, and I saw him miss pad in a conversation, and it was in the back, so it wasn't like really easy to see, but you can still credit that as as such. But yeah, this was a pretty slow game. Cotty did break etiquette a few times, unfortunately, and I think like there's just too many like overwhelming evidences against him being the spy that I'm like, okay, I just have to shoot this because I don't know if I missed a bug. You never know. Most of the time, like you want to take the shot when you're 99% sure, and I was 99% sure. I think even Tex was like over on the right side like the rest of the game, and so like those fingerprints that he got didn't really matter. So sometimes like that was using intuition again to like kind of eliminate like top suspects because what spy is going to sit there for 3 minutes after doing fingerprints? Just not likely. But okay, that's 4-0, so halfway, and we got another veranda game. Same game plan as before. Gotta watch the microfilm cheese, watch check cheese, and try to memorize statues as best we can, and while watching bug. So let's try to do that. But things can easily get past me here. So mask. Smallman, Blink Twin, and Kane walk by the ambassador. So let's see. We have Mask, Sheep, Mask, Sheep, and Scream. Okay, Alice watch checks. Kane's over there at the watch check window. Duke's over there. I'm watching for timeout here, but there's no timeout that's gone off, luckily. Purloin hasn't gone off. And now I'm watching for Bug, because Bug seems really strong. A lot of chaos here happening. A lot of right side stuff happening. Okay, if you remember, it was Masked Sheep, and already I have this down to my highlights, because I highlight for statues, remember? This is why we highlight for statues. And I'm pretty sure Blink Twin was at the left side statue. I don't think he was ever at that statue, so don't gotta worry about that. And we're watching Red Dress here. Red Dress was in that close conversation to Red. So my top suspects right now are, my major top sus right now is Red Dress. But it could always be Kane trying to swap for Red Dress. So Kane's a pretty big suspect to me as well. Don't forget we still have to watch fingerprints. I feel like when people have it down to this many people, they just kind of forget to watch fingerprints because they're like, oh yeah, the spy's not going to do that.
Banana bread.
Okay, well, it's Kane. And what helps me find that shot? Well, you have it down to 3 people. 2 of them are outside of conversation, which means you are down to 1 person. And it was, of course, our top suspect for the swap, which was Kane. And I also think that he did it right at the beginning of like the cycle, which is also why I was a little bit sus. And yeah, he did. So that was also what I was a little suspicious about. So yeah, that's why I said Kane was my top suspect. And yeah, so we were given a freebie essentially. So we caught the swap down to our highlights. We knew Bling Twin was at the left side statue inspects. At least I memorized that. So down to 3 because I think it was at 4. And then Queen, Red Dress are out. That brings us down to only Kane. So a very nice shot there. So really nice example of, using mission counting in conjunction with your intuition. Kane really needed to watch what Kane was doing, but while still keeping track of everything else. But it's nice when you have like the highest tus. It makes it much easier to shoot somebody. But that game, I mean, if they're gonna be knocked out, not much use for intuition when you could just straight up get a mission win. Because mission counting, remember, is like like the best evidence possible, and I would say second to that is like sort of etiquette slash, your pathing, because those are really sometimes those are hard to get correct, and then the third of all is intuition slash behavior shots. But in that case, just got a nice mission count win. Okay, this one I might have to focus a little bit for because balcony is just really notoriously difficult, but my strategy for balcony is just to normally highlight them around 55 to 50 seconds and just track flirts that way. I am going to allow myself to use pathing and etiquette on this because I want to make sure I do my best to win. And the annoying thing is we have to watch Purloin, so that's another annoying thing we have to watch. I'm not a great balcony player, but I will try my best to win this one. So let's just go and get it over with. 7-1. It's gonna be 7-1 this level 6 apparently. All right, let's go. Don't have to watch Bug, which is nice, so we can low light it. Disney's our first talker. Sorry and Buns aren't really next to each other, so okay. So Kane's our first talker at 50 seconds. 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, and sorry leaves correctly. It goes for the briefcase. So remember, Kane's our first talker at 50 seconds. Buns also talks, so you have to remember who talks. And it looks like Irish and Disney both appear to be like AI. So at 1:05, we gotta watch talks again. So okay, so now Disney finally talks, but now he needs 2 flirts, and he doesn't have enough time. Okay, the general talks now. Okay, yeah, that timing was impeccable from Buns.
Banana bread.
Okay, My two highest susses right now are General and Irish, and I think General appears more spy-like to me. But remember that we can wait a bunch of time for these talks. Sorry doesn't seem like the spy to me right now. And this makes sense for a spy to walk out like that because he's behind on his flirt timing. Let's count the sip at the window. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Yeah, so I think it's General. And he's going to go in. So now I got to use intuition. So I'm pretty sure he has an etiquette break, and I think he's the spy. Okay, but Buns walks next to him, but he still needs another talk here. Very bad conversation entry. So it's General. So let's see. Let's just watch his last talk here. There it is. And we can shoot it. But he never ended up finishing missions. Oh, 99% on the flirt. That is so tragic. Was that last one a white test? Oh, it was. He didn't hit a green test. Oh, that's so sad. That is very sad. So barely misses out on that mission completion, but I'm sure we're still dead because, Lev's going to hear the mission win or the mission win beeps at the end. So yeah, so we got two lowlights based off of not even this wasn't even like any sort of knowledge. This was just like Buns took a drink or Buns talked and then immediately took a drink like literally like a split second afterwards, which a spy cannot do unless they're like unbelievably fast on their scroll wheel or buttons or whatever they press to switch between actions. So low light, and then during BB, Kane took a drink, so low light. Sorry didn't have much flirt progress. Irish had a really nice sort of path, and so did Disney. And Disney was also the first talker and didn't talk until like 120, which meant I could wait basically the entire game for his next talk. So yeah, General was kind of glaringly the spy in this balcony game to me. Maybe I could have been a little bit better about. Maybe I could have just shot him right after he broke etiquette at Windows with the sip timing, but either way, we got balcony out of the way, so don't got to worry about that anymore, which is great. Hallelujah. All right, 6-0. Got Graash, who is probably going to win right here because Graash is just the GOAT. But so we have fingerprints, inspect, and transfer microfilm off. So interestingly, there's no swap or there's no inspects on, so it's swap, purloin, and bug. So it's a hard tell variant of high rise. So the mission that's probably going to be really scary here is bug. So Bug's gonna be the main one to watch, but you still gotta keep track of everything here. So uh, Seduce, I also want to watch as well. All right, let's go. Okay, Irish is the only one that I have to credit here, and then we have Puff, Sheep, and then BHA. So now you gotta watch Seduces, and Irish is the only one who I'm crediting with a Seduce here. I like Salmon's path into conversation. I still gotta watch Blink Twin. Blink Twin I got to actually credit for a bug because I haven't really been watching him, unfortunately. The bug to me, okay, it feels like Irish to me. The spy feels like Irish to me right off the bat. I didn't, that path wasn't the best. Yeah, uh, really great path there from, okay, that was not a bug. Really great path from Buns there. Um, Irish went next to Salmon, and I think Irish was next to Salmon at the beginning of the game, if I recall correctly. Or maybe not, I don't really know. Okay, we're still watching Bug here, though. If Irish's seduced target is not sorry, she's gonna have to switch conversations to go along with Salmon. The only way, like I said, we lose here is if I miss like a hard tell here, as I just missed a
Banana
hard
bread.
tell. I don't think it was sorry though, so it's probably Irish. I already lost, so I have to shoot somebody. Unfortunately, yeah, it was a white. It was a white test, so yeah, I actually I don't know why I kind of forgot to watch Purloin the entire game, so that was kind of the reason for my loss here. Make sure you watch Purloin, peeps. So let's see. So Smallman takes a drink. And then we get offered a drink, we wipe Purloin, and we instantly win. I just shot Irish because I don't know, I didn't like Irish that much that game, oddly enough. Um, but yeah, I just wasn't watching Purloin. Otherwise, if I saw Smallman take and then, I see the Purloin going after Sorry, no matter the fade, I would have known to shoot Sorry here. So yeah, uh, white Purloins can be kind of strong sometimes. Who would have thought? It happens more often than you think that people actually miss white Purloins. They're sometimes very, very strong. Yeah. Let's see the fade here, though. Of course, it's hidden behind the pillar. Yeah, very slow fade, too. I should have watched that. Yeah, you can kind of see it, too. Yeah, I should have been watching that. That's my bad. All right, so our last venue here is a 3 of 5 Redwood setup. And it's the same exact setup, except instead of swap, there's inspects on. So, makes it a little harder for us, but that's okay. And it's a bar venue, so I don't have to worry about watching Purloin as heavy as I did. General bugs. Okay, General easily has a bug there. Oh, that was really ugly. That was really ugly. That was so ugly. Let's watch General's path here. Okay, I just think it's General, to be completely honest. I think it was a cheese bug. I'm gonna watch his idle animation.
Banana bread.
Okay, now we do have real BB. However, he needs to go flirt with. Is he gonna go flirt with Queen here? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There's nothing to say about this other than that that was an egregious path and very obvious spy-like bug path. But man, what a nice rush though, because we two green flirted it, had that early bug, and we hit. Did we hit a green test on the contact too? We did. So very nice game. If it weren't for that really early bug path. Okay, and that was a really quick one. Only 12 minutes, 7-1. I was expecting more so to lose on balcony than it was on 3 of 5 high rise with all hardtail, but hopefully this one was hopeful. There's a lot of quicker games here that weren't as instructive as usual, but sometimes games are just easy because you catch the one mission and you're not really tested because you just see that one thing that gets you over the edge. And there's a bunch of etiquette mistakes people make sometimes, and you can catch those. But yeah, so this is going to be the last level 6 of our focusing on intuition series. I hope everyone enjoyed the level 6 games. We're going to do one more level 7 in the next few coming days, and then that is going to be it. Then I want to focus on a pathing one, and maybe not do level 6 or 7, but maybe try like level 4 or 5 just to sort of exemplify some pathing things that I notice. Um, and I don't ever take shots purely on pathing, but I think it'll be nice to go through games and watch paths and maybe try and find the spy based on paths and see how successful we can be. So, thanks everyone for watching, and see you in the level 7 one.